My name is Andrew Allen and I work at the National. And today we are going to be boning out a whole chicken and we're going to stuff it with sausage. And the sausage we're going to be putting in sage and onions. And then we're going to roll it up and then we're going to roast it off and eat it. So the first thing you want to do with this chicken is go down its backbone right here. You can kind of feel it. Stick your hands right there and just take your knife. Just go all the way down, cutting through all of the skin. Getting down to that bone. You can use your fingers to kind of like spread it apart so you can see a little better. And then you're gonna find these little blade bones right here, back wing blade bones or whatever they are. Just kind of go in and try to take the skin or take the meat right off of these bones. When you get to this part right here, this is I guess the equivalent of a sirloin on a chicken. It's called the oyster. You always want to make sure that you can pull that out because a lot of people argue that that is the best part of the chicken and it's one small little bite right there. And then when you get to this little ball joint right here, right where the thighs connect to the pelvis, you just want to pop out just like that. It'll pop that bone right out of there. And start on this next side. Again, trying to get this oyster. It's a matter of trying to keep your knife as close to the bones as possible and not cutting yourself. Alright, once you got the legs free, I'm going to work up here and work on the breast. You get up here to this wing part, it's kind of the same situation with another ball joint. Just trying to pop it right out of place. And that'll come down and that'll expose the underside of the breast where it connects to the ribs. Flip your chicken over. And you're going to get right up here to the sternum, right at the tip of the breastbone. You want to make sure it's really thin right there when it gets to the skin. You don't want to puncture through the skin, so you just kind of want to nick that away just a little bit. Flip around and do the same thing to the other side. Continue cutting right there on that sternum. Taking our carcass right out. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take these bones right here out of the legs. We're going to take this wing bone off right here. So do that. Let me turn it around real quick. Do that. You're going to start right here where this ball joint went into the pelvis. You can pretty much just follow this seam that you can see right here going all the way down to their little knee joint. Cut along either side of it. You get right there to the kneecap. Take your knife and you can go right up under it. Slide right up. It's good to have a nice semi-flexible boning knife for this, getting up under these bones. Once you've gotten to the kneecap, you can come down all the way feet. Make sure to get all this cartilage out of here. You're probably going to cut through the skin. It's way thin right there. Just kind of make you a nice little ring with your knife around its ankle. Should be able to just pull it right out, just like that. On to the next one. Same thing. Make your cut along the seam. Now we've got both of the legs done. and try and work on this wing bones right here, little wing drums. The best way to do this is a technique called tunneling. So we're going to cut this wing off. See right there where it bends. Same on this side. This can go into stock as well. This tunneling method, basically cutting around where the joint was. Cutting through a little tunnel. So here it is, a whole boned out chicken. You should go in here and check just to make sure you didn't leave any spots or any bones. Let's say we're good. So the next step is we're going to get the sausage ready, and we're going to stuff the sausage right here in the middle and then roll it right up. This will be a nice little roasted chicken with the sausage stuffing. So next step to make the sausage, we're going to take this onion, cut these roots off, cut that tip off, slice in half. The amount of sausage, we only need half an onion for this, so we'll set this aside. Basically what you're going to do with this onion is you're going to small dice it. Then you're going to get your stove on over here and kind of saute these down a little bit. Just going to bring our onions over here and get these guys sauteing and browning. Then we'll put them in the sausage, give it a nice good mix, stuff it in our burger. So now that we've got our onions cooking for a little while, they're nice and translucent, we're going to go ahead and turn off our heat. Nice and stir so they don't burn. And kind of drain off some of this oil. And then we're just going to scrape it into our sausage. So for the sausage, this is already a pre-made sausage that we just got at the store. It's kind of a spicy sausage. You can get whatever kind of sausage you want, breakfast sausage, andouille, Italian, whatever. But I just got a nice little country spicy sausage. We're just going to add these cooked onions to it. Then we're going to add in some chopped sage. I love sage for sausage. It's one of my favorite sausage herbs. I'm going to add that in there and go in and give it a nice mix with our hand. Use a spoon if you don't want to get your hands dirty. I don't mind, I like the way it feels. So fold it in there nice, get it all incorporated. You can add breadcrumbs to this if you want. It's really any kind of stuffing you want to do. It doesn't even have to be sausage. You can do like cornbread stuffing or some sort of savory bread pudding. Alright, so our sausage is nice and well mixed. Now we're going to stuff it into our chicken. So for stuffing the chicken, the first thing we want to do is we want to cut off these little chicken tenders. We're just going to kind of stuff them right here in the middle of the bird, where that sternum used to be. And stick it right there just to fill up that empty space. And we're going to season it nicely. Season it with some salt and pepper. Make sure you get it all nice and coated, just a light little coat. So there's a lot of seasoning in that sausage, so we don't want to over season it. But I do love black pepper, so I am going to put a lot of that. So once you've got it seasoned, you're then going to take your sausage and just go right down the middle right here with it. Be sure not to overstuff or it's going to be hard to roll it later. The onions are still kind of warm so you can still smell it. Kind of warm up the spices of the sausage. It smells so good. It tastes great. The cool thing about this too is once you've practiced it for a while, and you made a few chickens, you can move on to a turkey, and it's a great Thanksgiving meal. So now that we've got our chicken stuffed with sausage, we're gonna roll this over. It's all nice and covered up in bowls. So to tie it off, you're gonna have your butcher's twine. It's gonna come all the way to the end with it. This is a traditional butcher's slit knife. Just tie it off. So yeah, once you get your bird rolled up, good to go. And right there is how to bone out a chicken, make a sausage, stuff it in the chicken, and get this thing roasted soon. So just sprinkle a little bit of salt right on the top of this chicken. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more pepper. And now we're going to come over here and set our oven to 400 degrees. Once that preheats, we'll throw our bird in. I'm about to get it in the oven. I just took this tray and I lined it with this aluminum foil, a little salt, pepper. I'm gonna put a little more on top. And that's just to keep it from burning. At like the last 20 minutes or so, we're gonna take it off to get the nice golden crust on the top. It's just to kind of help shield it from doing that too early and burning the rest of the way. And now we're gonna leave it in there for probably 2.5 hours. We'll have us a nice lunch. Alright, so our chicken's been in here for about 2.5 hours or so. It's looking really nice. Super good. Now we're just at 159 degrees, so that'll carry over a good bit while it's cooling off. And then once it's just rested for a bit, we're gonna cut into this thing and eat it. So now we've let it rest for about 15 or so minutes. I'm just gonna bring it over to our cutting board over here. Slice it right down the middle. And there you have it. There's a lot of meat in there, a nice sausage in there. There's your rolled and stuffed chicken. So now we're going to get in here and give it a taste. Get all that sausage in this first bite. That's awesome. So you just learned how to bone out a chicken, stuff it with sausage, roll it up and roast it. And as you can see, it's pretty simple, very inexpensive, and it can feed 2 people just fine. And if you try it with a turkey at Thanksgiving, your whole family is going to think you're a genius, and it'll be good times. Thanks for watching. I'm not good with being in movies.